Yeah, well, look, second time around, this version of Trump knows the
Yeah.
levers of power, knows the limits, knows perhaps sometimes over the limits. But the point is, he's all in, right? Like I said, every
Yeah.
hand is all in, and he's got incredible results to this point. Now, let's talk about our friend Nigel Farage. Now, obviously, flying high in the polls right now, but God forbid anyone actually comes out and offers any sort of public support here. Tell me about what is happening in and around. Some local people who say that this bloke is not the devil.
Yeah, that's right. You won't believe this. So, in a since edited post on Facebook,
Oh,
Paul, Basildon Labour Party have described the political opinions of a school head teacher as a serious and legitimate safeguarding concern. Well, this head teacher, whose name is Lorraine Ramett, who's a very admired figure in the community, doing a brilliant job in her school, she dares to be a Reform UK supporter. And yet, the Labour Party, which is, of course, the governing party of the United Kingdom, consider her support for reform to be a legitimate safeguarding concern. What that
no.
means, Paul, is they consider democracy to be a serious and legitimate safeguarding concern. Your politics should never impact your ability to do your job. And I think what's happened here is the mask has slipped. What's hilarious is that just a couple of hours later, after the backlash, they swiftly changed the post in order to suggest, oh, no, this was about a traffic enforcement scheme.
Oh,
Sorry, we see you. You know, the mask has slipped. It's the intolerance of the woke left, I'm afraid, Paul.
well, but also, one of the worst legacies of wokedom, right, is the broadening of definitions and the lowering of bars to qualify for them, right? Again, when you talk about significant safety, these very malleable terms, this sort of bureaucracies that is in there where, technically anything sort of falls into this area. And then we sort of move to kind of like a inquisitorial legal system where you have to disprove the suggestion as opposed to the other way around. And the problem is that when so much of our life is under regulation, not legislation, and the organisation who there's bugger all people to go and appeal to, unless you want to go and, empty your bank account and head off to a court. This is what sort of suffocates people, isn't it?
Well, it is. And you're so right to talk about the language of it, because the language has been butchered so that, woke progressives can control our lives in a very subtle way. And, you mentioned there this idea of safeguarding, and we've heard, people talk about safe spaces at university. You've also got hate speech. You've got misinformation. All of this language is being leveraged against us. And in this case, it's a threat to our democracy, because if a head teacher can't support Reform UK, whose main ideas are that taxes are too high and that we should have a border that is actually correctly policed. This is not far right. This is not Adolf Hitler 2.0. But in the twisted mind of the UK Labour government, it is.
A sunny, balmy 12 degrees is what you are in for your Sunday afternoon, Mark. All the best to you. We look forward to following you in all of the socials and, of course, seeing you on Talk TV as well, mate. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week. How good is he? Mark
Cheers,
Dolan
Paul.
there, joining us from the United Kingdom.